Hey guys, so getting ready to record, you're going to need to make sure you have all the right equipment. You're obviously going to need a microphone. You're going to need a computer with a DAW. A DAW is a digital audio workstation. Now, this is like Pro Tools, Fruity Loops, Adobe Audition, Ableton. There's a bunch of them. GarageBand, you can get Audacity, which is just a free download, just something to record on, and you can edit on it as well, obviously. Once you have that, you're going to need to get an audio interface, an XLR cable. The XLR cable hooks up your microphone to your audio interface. Your audio interface usually plugs in by USB to your computer. You're going to need a pop filter. This is just a screen that sits in front of the microphone to prevent extra noise in the sound. I use an ISO shield. An ISO shield is essentially just a portable isolation booth. So I don't know if you know what an isolation booth is, but if you go into a room covered in foam where you can't hear any sound, that's an isolation booth. This is like a portable one. It's just a semicircle of foam that sits around the microphone, prevents any extra noises from getting into the mic. It's great. You need to invest in one if you don't have one. So once you have all that stuff, go ahead and log into your DAW. Again, I said I'm using Pro Tools. So you'd go click on Pro Tools, load it, create a blank session, hit OK. Title it, let's say Untitled. You can save it to wherever. I'm just going to save it right to the desktop. Once you're in here, go to Setup, Playback Engine. Make sure your audio interface is selected underneath there. There's different options. Just make sure you got the right one. Usually you have to reload it. So this will just take a moment. Once that's loaded, that means your microphone is all set up. Go back in there real quick though, because you need to go and change the buffer size. You want to make sure it's lower. Mine's already set to 128 samples. This is great for recording. I wouldn't really go any lower. You could try it if you still have latency issues. That's the main reason why you're going to change the buffer size. You want a higher buffer size for when you're actually editing, but around 128 for now. That just prevents any latency issues. That's just when you're hearing your voice back, there's not a delay, which gets really annoying. Hit OK. Go up to track, new. So I usually have multiple takes, so we'll just go 5 different tracks I'm going to create. They're going to be mono if you're recording a mono signal, such as your voice, which is what we're doing today. Out of these options, select audio track, create. You got a bunch of them. You're going to go to your mix window, go to window, mix, go down here. For input, you want to make sure you select the input you're using. Like my microphone's hooked up to the first driver in my interface, so I'm going to select 1. So once that's selected, go here. You're going to click arm. I'm going to turn mine off because it's going to interfere with my current recording, but you'll click that, and that's how you're going to record your voice. You're going to click that and that. Once those are selected, on your interface, there's usually a gain knob. You need to make sure you adjust that so that your signal is at a reasonable level. If it's too high, it's going to be in a red area over here, which will be clipping. You don't want it to clip. That's going to distort the sound. Make sure your gain knob is turned down enough to prevent clipping. So once you have that, go ahead and arm that, click that. You'll click both of those. Again, I'm not going to leave them selected right now because that's going to interfere with my recording. And then you're going to hit play, and that's how you'll record. Now, if you want background music, which I'm sure you do, click stereo because music is going to be in stereo. Create. Make sure you're labeling this, double click there, and you can rename it instrumental. So just import that. You go File, Import, that's where you'll find it, or you can drag and drop it right onto the screen. So once you have that, you're able to record. That's all you really need to do. Let's click that. When you're done recording, just hit the stop button. Then mute this track, go to the next track, arm that one, arm that, and record. Then when you're done, mute that and do as many as you want. Just hit solo if you just want to hear the vocals, but otherwise you're good. And that's how you record your voice in Pro Tools. It's pretty similar for other DAWs. In my following videos, I'm going to show you how to actually edit your voice. So thank you for listening. Bye.
Heart thumping, blood pumping, sweat running. I'm a victim of your love now.